Okay, people have questions about cast on. The reason why your starting point is in here is this is a stationary peg. It's not going to be a moving stitch. All these up in here can be moving stitches. You want one that's not a moving stitch as your starting point. Okay. Now, you do have an anchor peg here. If you're one who doesn't like using an anchor peg, you don't have to. I like using my anchor pegs. Okay. So I wrap the yarn around the anchor peg. And you can do whatever cast on you like. Alright. So I usually, on the fine gauges, like to do a double wrap cast on. Okay. And how I like to do a double wrap cast on where it's easy is I put my hook where the working yarn is, wrap it around, and then wrap around again, and just toss that over and pull it. And it makes it really fast actually when you put the hook already in the way. So you can just toss it over. Okay, and you just work your way around the loom. Okay, so that's just a regular cast on. You can do a crochet cast on, you can do an E-wrap cast on, you can do a double E-wrap cast on, you can do any cast on you want. Just make sure you're following around to the edge of your loom. Okay, and it's not as difficult as it looks, right? And there. Okay, so that's a basic cast on there. Alright. Okay, so that is how you start to cast on. Now the one that may be confusing is your drawstring cast on, and I'll show you how to do that. And normally what I like to do is I don't do a drawstring cast on unless it's like all the way down to max out, that you can't take the wedges down anymore. Alright, so I usually like to take down, and I marked it on this one, so it's a 24. So you put it down to its market. So you can mark the 24 one so you don't lose where that is. As I said, this was the absolutely original design, but I thought it was too much of a pain to actually do those stitches in the very corner, so I chose the alternate design that Cindy put out, where it was more rounded. Okay, so we're taking it down. Alright, so what you have to keep in mind when you're doing, say, a drawstring cast on for this is I usually like to keep and pull the yarn over in front of the first peg. Now this is a peg, and this is a peg. Do not forget about these pegs that are beside your wedge pegs. But do remember, when you're drawstring casting on, you're doing every other peg. So this counts as 1, skip, 1, skip, 1, skip, 1, skip, 1, skip, 1, skip, and you're going to do this all the way around. But do not forget about those pegs right beside your wedges. Alright, now you're back here at the beginning. You're going to toss that loop over, and I'll tell you right now, a U-knit is easiest on this loom. Okay, but don't forget about those that are right beside it. Okay, and the drawstring cast on, okay? So you're making sure that you get every single peg, including those ones that are right beside the wedge peg. Okay, and then you're right back around to the front and toss that loop over. And you've completed your drawstring cast on, okay? So that is how you do a drawstring cast on and a basic cast on, but you can use any cast on method you want. Just keep in mind you're working the perimeter of the X-Loom.